The year is 1988. The Cold War is beginning to thaw. However, the world remains a complex and volatile place. Tensions simmer in the Middle East as a long and bloody conflict, the Iran-Iraq War, drags on. In the United States, cultural shifts are underway, reflecting the country's evolving identity. Meanwhile, in South Korea, a nation long under military rule takes a significant step towards democracy. The U.S. military, a global force, finds itself navigating these turbulent waters. From the Persian Gulf to the Korean Peninsula, American soldiers, sailors, and airmen stand watch, their presence a symbol of American power and commitment on the world stage. This is their story, a story of duty, sacrifice, and the ever-shifting sands of geopolitics. The Persian Gulf, a vital waterway for global oil transport, becomes a dangerous theater in the 1980s. The Iran-Iraq War, raging since 1980, threatens the free flow of oil from the region. Both Iran and Iraq target oil tankers, drawing international concern and prompting a U.S. military response. The U.S. Navy deploys warships to the Gulf, tasked with protecting neutral shipping and ensuring the stability of oil markets. This mission, known as Operation Earnest Will, places American sailors in a precarious position. The risk of escalation is ever present as they patrol the tense waters of the Gulf. The Tanker War, a sideshow to the larger Iran-Iraq conflict, intensifies in 1987. Iraqi air attacks on Iranian oil terminals escalate the conflict. Iran retaliates, targeting tankers carrying Kuwaiti oil. The U.S., seeking to maintain stability in the region and protect its interests, increases its naval presence. American warships escort Kuwaiti tankers, providing a shield against Iranian attacks. The Tanker War highlights the strategic importance of the Persian Gulf and underscores the U.S. commitment to safeguarding its interests in the region. On July 3, 1988, a tragedy occurs that sends shockwaves across the globe. The USS Vincennes, a U.S. Navy-guided missile cruiser patrolling the Strait of Hormuz, fires missiles at an approaching aircraft. The aircraft, later identified as Iran Air Flight 655, a civilian airliner, crashes into the Gulf, killing all 290 passengers and crew on board. The U.S. maintains the Vincennes mistook the airliner for an attacking Iranian fighter jet, a claim disputed by Iran. Section 5. Ripple Effects, the Incident and the Ceasefire. The downing of Flight 655 heightens tensions between the United States and Iran. It also casts a shadow over the already volatile Persian Gulf. However, amidst the tragedy, a glimmer of hope emerges. Just weeks after the incident, Iran accepts a United Nations brokered ceasefire with Iraq, ending the 8-year war. The reasons for Iran's acceptance are complex, but the Flight 655 tragedy likely plays a role in its decision. Section 6. A celebration of heritage, Hispanic Heritage Month expanded. Back on the home front, a different kind of change is taking place. In August 1988, President Ronald Reagan signs legislation expanding Hispanic Heritage Week to a month-long celebration. This act recognizes the growing influence and contributions of Hispanic Americans. This expansion of Hispanic Heritage Month is a testament to the evolving cultural landscape of the United States. It acknowledges the rich history and vibrant culture of Hispanic Americans, an integral part of the American tapestry. Section 7. Winds of Change. South Korea's journey to democracy. In East Asia, another significant event unfolds. After decades of authoritarian rule, South Korea holds its first free and fair presidential election in December 1987. Roh Tae-woo, a former general, wins the election. While Roh's victory falls short of full democratization, it marks a turning point for South Korea. The country embarks on a path toward greater political freedom and civil liberties. This transition impacts the U.S., a staunch ally of South Korea since the Korean War. Section 8. A steadfast presence, the U.S. military in South Korea. Throughout South Korea's transition, the U.S. maintains a significant military presence in the country. American troops, stationed there since the Korean War, serve as a deterrent against North Korean aggression. The U.S. military presence in South Korea underscores the importance of the U.S.-South Korea alliance. This alliance remains a cornerstone of U.S. foreign policy in East Asia, ensuring stability and security in the region. Section 9, 1988, a year of transition and transformation. 1988 marks a year of profound change and uncertainty around the world. From the tense waters of the Persian Gulf to the streets of Seoul, U.S. military personnel find themselves on the front lines of history. These events, from the tragic downing of Iran Air Flight 655, to the expansion of Hispanic Heritage Month, and South Korea's transition to democracy, highlight the complex and multifaceted role of the U.S. military in a rapidly changing world. As the Cold War fades into the rearview mirror, new challenges and opportunities emerge, shaping the global landscape for years to come.